So back in 2014, I had the opportunity to preach in a youth program in Global Light International Church. And after the service, Mr. Nasako, who is the CEO and founder of Toride Media, walked up to me and said, Chilion, I see a lot of potential in you, but you are never going to know how much is in you until you start sharing that which is inside of you. That was profound and it sounded deep in my ears, but it only came as a reminder to what I know about myself because I knew what was in me. So we had a good conversation, then we parted ways. Then come all the way back, all the way forward to 2022, I met with Mr. Nasako again once in an event, and he reminded me of the conversation that we had back in 2014 and asked me, Chilion, what are you doing? That you're wasting value, you're wasting talent. What are you doing? So we had a nice conversation again about that. And a few weeks, he decided to engage me on speaking opportunities, at Toride. So we had the opportunity to record about five, videos on different topics, and we shared out there. But because I felt like I wasn't ready, I had my own picture of being ready. I had a very long list of things I believed I needed to check out and to make me feel like I'm ready. So I had to quit that speaking engagement about 3 weeks to a month after that. So nothing was happening from 2022. Now, come to 2024, I had an unexpected phone call from somebody that I respect a lot. That was Mr. Madison Ngafferson, who is the CEO and founder of Lead Missions International. On one fateful evening, he rang my phone and I picked up the phone. I was like, hey, Doc, how are you? And Dr. Madison said, Chilion, about 2 years ago, I had been listening to you speak over Toride. And that was quite insightful. And I see a lot of talent and a lot of potential in you. What's going on? I haven't been seeing that video anymore. I haven't been seeing you doing that anymore for quite some time. What's going on with that? Of course, I didn't have a good reason to give him. So, because I quitted myself. So he encouraged me to get back to the speaking engagement, to start speaking, start doing something about it. And so I said, okay, Doc, I have heard. So that was in 2024. I started thinking and started thinking about, okay, what do I need to start? I need to have enough time. I had this whole planning in my head. And in 2025, I picked up the phone and called Dr. Madison and said, hey, doctor, I've been thinking about what the conversation you and I had last year. And I want to start speaking, but I have a challenge. He said, what is it? I said, when I listen to people like Dr. Miles Monroe, his central message is leadership. When I listen to people like Benny Hinn, his central message is Holy Spirit. When I listen to people like Pastor Jerry Eze in Nigeria, his central message is intercession. When I listen to people like Joel Austin, his central message is encouraging people. And I kept going on and on and on and on. And he said, Chilion, you've asked a great question. But here's my answer for you. You are not going to find your message until you start speaking. You will find your message, your core message, only while you start speaking. And he said, here is what I want you to do. I want you to start speaking. Speak on any topic that comes to your head. I don't care if it's random. Just keep speaking. As you continue to speak, you would find your message. So he taught me that in this year, 2025. So I took some months to build the momentum. Then I ran into Mr. Nasiko about 4 weeks ago in an event. I tried to hide from him because I knew he was going to bring up the conversation about this whole speaking thing. And so I tried to hide from him, but I couldn't hide because the hall was so small. So I just mustered the courage. I walked up to Mr. Nasako and I gave him a rundown of the things I have done to him. I've bought this, but I'm yet to buy these other things before I start. Then I also go about rambling with him about, how this whole speaking thing needs a lot of my time because I have to conceive what I have to talk about. I have to come up with the plan. I have to write it down and all of that. And I say, hey, I also have this worship on the other side that's taking my time. Mr. Nasako listened to me, and at the end, he told me, Chilion, those are still not good reasons why you haven't started. I don't care if you have all the equipments or not. You need to go and get started with whatever equipment you have and the small time that you have. Just go and get started. So I listened to you and I said, enough is enough. I need to get started. So I came back that day, came back home that day, and a few days after, I got my laptop, I got my Zoom, and I recorded the first video. And I sent it to Mr. Nasako. I said, look at the video, critique it for me. And he listened to the video and said, Chilion, your sound system is poor, your camera and your video quality is poor, but your message is profound. Nonetheless, I want you to go ahead and publish this message out on YouTube. Go ahead and do it. You just need to get started. So that's how I started. And for the past 2 weeks that I've been doing this, I've had the same feedback from most of you. You reach out to me and say, Children, I really like the message. It's great. But the only feedback I have for you is your sound quality is not the best. Your video quality is not the best. A few days or a week ago, my brother-in-law, Mr. Charles Fointama, and he is the CEO and the owner of Fointac Media. So if you need to make your home a smart home, you need a camera system, you need an alarm system, and all of those things in your house, please contact Mr. Charles Fointama. I will put his contact information here on this video in the description. I'll put his contact information there. Reach out to him. So I just sat one day and I saw a message came from him on WhatsApp recommending what camera I should buy. So I went ahead and I bought that camera, and that's what I'm using right now. And it equally has a speaker. I'm hoping that this video quality is not the best, but I'm hoping that my video and sound quality has definitely had an improvement. Now, why am I telling all the story I'm telling here? You see, the success, the secret behind any successful vision is getting started. Getting started. You see, the reason why many visions have not left the paper, those visions are still on paper, sitting on people's desk. The reason why those visions have never been realized or taken flight is because people are trying to be too ready before they start. You see, a vision is like a blurred picture. It would never be clear enough. Just like our physical eyes can only see 3 miles ahead clearly, that's the same way your vision is. Until you cover the 3 miles that your physical eyes can see, then only would you be able to see the next 3 miles ahead. That's how it works. There is this entrepreneur that we all know about. His name is Jeff Bezos. He is the CEO and the founder of Amazon.com and Amazon Web Services. When I read back about Amazon and Jeff Bezos, what I learned is that what Jeff Bezos' initial vision was, it was a bookstore. That's what he saw at the beginning, a bookstore. And he engaged in actions to realize the bookstore. And why he kept on with the vision of building the bookstore, he now picked up the vision of having an online retail store called Amazon.com, which we are all utilizing today. As he kept moving forward with that vision, then the vision became even more clearer that he could venture into what we call today cloud computing. Everybody talks about cloud today. It was started by Amazon. It is the Amazon Web Services is the leader in the cloud computing space. But Jeff Bezos started with what? With the vision of an online bookstore. You see, your vision would never be clear enough until you start. Sometimes we want to have the whole roadmap in place, know what we're going to do first, what we're going to do second, what we're going to do third. We want to have an entire roadmap. Trust me, the roadmap would never be clear until you get started. The Bible tells us about God's encounter with a man called Abraham. The Bible tells us that God gave Abraham the vision of a beautiful land. But God never gave him the details about the land. God never told him what were the mineral resources in the land. God didn't tell him if that land had gold, if it had silver, if it had diamond. God didn't tell him what part of the earth the land was located. Was it in the north? Was it in the south? God gave him no further details about the land. All God told him is that it is a beautiful land. And God said, what I need you to do right now is leave your father, leave your mother, leave your village, and step out. Then I will direct you to this land, and I'm going to give you more picture about this land. And Abraham obeyed. And as Abraham took on this journey, God continued to show him the roadmap. He told him, okay, at this point take left, at this point take right, and God led him to that land. But all Abraham needed was to get started. What is that business idea that you've been thinking about for the past 6 years? What about that charity organization, that orphanage that you've been talking about and trying and saying you're going to open? You've been talking about it for so long. What about that school program? Maybe it's a nursing program. Maybe it's an IT program. Maybe you're trying to be a pharmacist. Maybe you're trying to be a doctor. What about that? When do you want to start it? What about that church that God has given you the vision to open? When do you want to start it? My brother, my sister, I challenge you to start today. You don't have to be ready enough. You just have to get started. The vision would not be clear enough until you get started. You will not have the full roadmap until you get started. Just go and get started today. I have started this speaking engagement. I don't have the full vision about it. But what I am doing is every day, every week, I put in some effort into it. I put a video out there. Like I said to Dr. Madison Garfison, I don't know what my message is, but I've begun with the message of success. But maybe this is not even the message I'm supposed to be talking about. But I know that as I have started, like Dr. Madison advised me, maybe 6 months from now, I'll find that message. Maybe 1 year from now, I'll find that message. Or maybe success is actually the message. I watch other YouTube channels online, and I see a lot of beautiful things you're doing. People are talking over a background song. I see how people are displaying many things over the screen. I see a lot of creativity. I know I have a long way to go, and I don't fully have the entire plan on where and how I'm going to get there. Neither do I have the full picture of what his vision is going to be. But what I know is that the fact that I have gotten started, the whole vision will continue to unfold. The fact that I've gotten started, God will lead me one day at a time until I will see the full vision. I'm going to leave you with a profound statement that was made in our class by my geography teacher when I was in secondary school. His name is Mr. Bakia Manene Sunday. He said something profound. He said, do it and wonder how you have done it. Don't sit and be thinking about how you will do it. Again, he said, do it and wonder how you have done it. Don't sit and be thinking on how you will do it. Hey, friends, if this was a blessing to you, please do me a favor. Hit the like button. Please subscribe. And why don't you leave me a comment in the chat? I would like to learn from you as well. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.